So now let's get into the topic of Web3 and cyber security. When you just hear this word Web3, I am pretty sure that many of them would have got the fancy words like DeFi, decentralized finance, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and a lot more like NFTs and yeah. So these are the things which you will be like thinking about once you get to hear the word Web3. And then when you hear about cyber security, like cyber security is simply about hacking and getting into things, and which is actually not. Both of the terms are very deeply has very deep meanings, and cyber security is not only about hacking, it is about entire cyber domain. Okay, I'll explain it in a detailed manner. So now let's get into the topic in a core manner. So when we start talking about it, there will be a basic questions: what is this actually? Is it worth listening to the stream or listening to these kind of topics? And am I really interested into this domain? And these are the basic questions which you would be having, and I'll be answering all the questions in this stream, and you will get the answers. Let's keep going. Okay, so before we get into the core part of thing, we have to first understand how the web evolved. Okay, before going into the evolution, let's understand what a web is. Okay, a web is something which is misunderstood by many people. There is something called internet, and there is something called web. Okay, many of them interchangeably use the terms wrongly. One minute, I got a question, I'll answer it. Will you be able to share what courses you do become a better coder? Nice. I'll answer this question. So personally, I didn't take up any courses. I have a hack, okay? Which the hack you can use it for any kind of domain, which is very simple, okay? When you want to learn some kind of new skills or something, just go and find efficient courses, okay? Get their syllabus, write down the topics, and learn it in different streams. Okay, you can use YouTube, you can read books, you can read articles, you can talk with similar people. And this is how I got into cyber security, and this applies to any kind of fields. You can just do this same for coding as well. Just find some some platforms like Hacker Rank, Coding Ninjas, and then Lead Code. These are some kind of similar platforms. And if you are a college student, you will be having some kind of similar communities within your college. You can go and approach them. They'll be guiding you in the right way so that you can get better in that particular skill. Okay, now let's get into this topic. So web and internet are two different things. Okay, web is a subset of internet, but web and internet are different. Okay, you should not use it interchangeably. Web is somewhere which is actually used for just sharing the information, and internet is not only about it. It is a very big domain, and it is meaning a very lot more things. Okay, you should not limit it to web alone. So web is majorly based on web browsers like Chrome, Firefox, and a lot of things. Okay, so these are the things which you are related with. Okay. Do we have learn coding for this? No, no, no. You don't have to know coding for understanding this session. This will be a very beginner friendly session. Okay, I'll be explaining every topics in basic way so that everyone could understand it. So let's go a bit deeper into this topic, and now let's come into the evolution of web. There are three stages. Okay, the stages are web 1, web 2, and web 3. These were the three stages, and web 1 was the very initial stages where it is the time when the internet was evolved. Okay, and web 2 is the phase where a lot of the people right now we are in the phase of web 2, and we are going to switch into web 3 in some more years. And web 1 was the internet which was in the initial days. Okay, when your parents were studying, and those times. Okay, in the web 1 stage, we have to understand something that the main objective of this internet was to provide resource sharing. Okay, on the older days, there were libraries and books and articles which were available in a limited manner, and people wanted access all over the world. That is where web 1 evolved, and that is the main part of web 1. Okay, the main thing which happened the main thing which happened on web 1 was there was lot of resources which are available in local places that were made into available to a wide amount of users in the internet. And this was the thing which was happened on web 1. And you can see that all the things which were on web 1 was static, which generally means that whatever you see everyone sees. Okay, so the pages are constant, and it is the same who are the user is. Okay, a teacher or a student or a professor or anyone, a public audience or anyone, whoever opens the page, you will be seeing the same content, which means that the content are static. Okay, so basically the data is public and immutable. The data is public, it is not immutable. We are not into web 3 till now, we are in web 1. I'll come into the immutable contents while coming to web 3. Okay, so like let's consider, let's have a practical scenario. You can see that your parents, some parents would not be interested upon working with computers and mobile phones, and they'll be like, they don't like to use those applications. That is because in their age, the web 1 was like, it is not interactive, and that is why they didn't get a chance, or they are not much interested into working with those internet, and that is why they did not use it at that time. And we can clearly see something that in web 1 there was a clear opportunity of a big boom which will be happening in some more years. And there was a wide opportunity for a business on web 1, but it did not happen much in the web 1, because like there were no much revenue generation on the particular stage of web 1. This came to the evolution of web 2. So web 2 is the place where, sorry, so web 2 is the place where web 2 is the place where users started interacting with the technology, right? So when you are using Facebook or Instagram, okay, for example, you will get a personalized page, okay, based upon your interests, on what you like, what you like, what you share more things with your friends and family, things like. The pages are dynamic. Okay, I got a question. How can we get Google Cloud digital leader certification? Regarding that certification, you can just Google it up, you can find it easily. Okay, that is simple, just you have to find it out. Do we have to learn coding language for cybersecurity? It actually depends. Okay, so cybersecurity is a thing where you are going to learn about how to break into things. Okay, so the main part of cybersecurity is that there are technologies built by the developers, and the thing is that people have to break into the things which were built, right? This is about cybersecurity, and people will be breaking into things, and that is what the main job of cyber analyst or a worker. Okay, to answer your question, coding really depends like how you use the, like there are various ways to test the application, and it depends upon how you test the application, and it really depends upon how you are going to work on this field. To be safer side, to be in safer side, you really need coding skills. Okay, hey, what's up going on? Yeah, cool, man. So let's go into the web 2 topic again. And in web 2, users started interacting with the applications. Okay, so when you start interacting with Facebook, for example, you will be seeing a lot of posts coming up in your feed. You will be liking the most interesting one, and you will be sharing with your friends. And what happened here is that Facebook got a lot of data about the users. This is what actually happened. Okay, it is centralized. Like Facebook is owned by Facebook company, sorry, it is owned by Meta. And the whole data, whatever you like, whatever you talk, whatever you do in the particular application is owned by Facebook. Okay, what the users are doing is that they are providing the data to the Facebook company. This is what actually this is what is actually happening right now. Whatever the companies, you are just giving your data to them, And even though the data are secure or something in that company, you don't many people don't understand something is that they were accepting the terms and condition and the privacy policy while signing up to their pages. Okay, I'm pretty sure that most of the guys would have not read a terms and condition page or a privacy policy page. I'm pretty sure that. So like try reading any one terms and condition page or a privacy policy page. Okay, for example, try reading privacy policy page of Samsung companies. You can also find the similar post in my Instagram account. I have talked about the policy which is given by Samsung company. Once you try reading it, actually you can understand what are the data which are shared from your device to the company. Okay. Once you see it, I'm pretty sure that you will not get sleep for one day because that many information are being shared from your particular device to the company. So this is what you are accepting it without your knowledge because you don't read the policy agreement. This is the main problem with many of the people. Try reading it, okay? Because that is like big 2 to 3 pages in terms. So you can try reading it and understand what happens actually when there is, even though the document is very big, you are just accepting it, right? You can try reading it in a way so that you understand what are being said, at least any one of the company, so that you can be cautious with next companies. Okay, so now we have all accepted the terms and condition, that is done. Okay, we'll just move on. So then is the data stored in a secure manner? It actually depends really on the companies. Okay, there are a lot of companies, small companies and big companies as well. Many companies do not hire professionals which are related to cyber security. This happens in the real day. Okay, many are not trying to spend upon cyber security. They are keeping it as an secondary budget for the company, which should not happen. It should be a primary one. Okay, what many company do is that once the organization or a company goes into a cyber attack, they get cautious that the company will can be attacked by different kind of hackers, and this will be costing them very much higher than investing into cybersecurity from the beginning. So that is where they get cautious, and then they try taking people in with cybersecurity. If I learn CCNA and firewall, this that is enough for being like me to start the career on cybersecurity. Yes, like it is not basically into CCNA or a firewall. You have to just get a basic understanding on what a vulnerability or a bug is and how does it arise and what are the places that could arise. This is the core thing of cybersecurity. If you can find all this, you can really get into cybersecurity career easily. So this is the thing on getting into cybersecurity. So the companies like they are not investing much. So that is why what happens is that the developers who build the applications don't have a proper knowledge on how to build a safer application. Since the applications are not safe, there are a lot of possibility that it could get hacked. In the means of hack, like there are a lot of information which will be leaked in the outer internet, and it depends upon the ethical hacker who is like putting the data into public or selling it in dark web or something. Okay, so at the end the user's data will be lost and will be put into the market for sale. So this is what happens in web 2, and this is what related to cyber security. And something good is happening right now, which is that there are a lot of new communities coming related to cyber securities in the domain, and they are trying to provide good awareness to many people. So this is what happening, and this is very much good because like this is creating awareness with all the developers out here, and it will make the applications which is safer to the outer internet. Okay, let's can you tell what kind of courses can we do that will help in landing a job in cybersecurity? So to take a job on cybersecurity, first of all, understand the basics of cybersecurity. And there are various domains available on cybersecurity particularly. Okay. So you just have to understand what is cybersecurity, and there are various domains available like web application security, mobile application security, network security, infrastructure security, Android, and lot of things available out here. Okay, pick a domain and try exploring deep into a particular domain. For example, take web application security. Learn about what an web application is. A pretty good process to learn cyber security is that try building an web application, learn how it is built, try deploying it in a server, try learn how it is managed in a server, and then understand the things how it works, and then try to break into things like this is the process of learning cybersecurity. And once you get into a particular thing and get specialized in it, you can easily land in a job of cybersecurity. Okay, I want to get into Web3 security. For that, should I need to learn how to make the apps? If yes, how much time I should learn how to make the apps? Go to cyber expert or smart company. If not, how can I understand small? Okay, this is a very big question. Nice. So, to the question, do I need to really learn how to build a D app? Like, it really depends upon you. Okay, when you understand how the application works in the architectural level through other experiences, you don't have to really learn on DApps. But if you don't understand how it works, you have to really learn into DApps, which is actually useful when you get into cybersecurity. Like there is a famous quote, like if you want to destroy a building, you must know how it is built first, right? The same applies in cybersecurity as well. And the time is based upon you, the way how you understand things and work. And that is how once you learn how to build things, you can just break it. This is what cybersecurity is. And regarding smart contracts, there are a lot of resources available in YouTube and internet. You can just start watching it and you can easily understand what it is actually. Okay, is there still a market for NFTs even now, or is the trend over? No, it is not over. It is booming right now. It will be not over. Okay, it is a different kind of feel for those in, like, the people who are into web 2 alone. It is a very new thing about NFTs which is happening right now. Like the price is very crazy and very high and high around in the market, right? So it is not over, it will be booming slowly. And the concept is that now only the people are getting to know about what are NFTs. Okay, the trend will be booming on. So now let's go into web 3.0. Okay, and when you just hear about web 3.0, and you just wanted to know what web 3.0 is, right? If you just go and enter into this Google, to be frank, you don't get a clear definition of web 3.0. Okay, it is generally about addressing centralized governance, and it is about open source platforms. It is about blockchain. It is about peer-to-peer network, node-to-node networks, and it is related to these kind of stuffs. Okay, but the problem is that there are no pretty much courses which are course or a particular resource which is available to particularly understand what Web3 is. So what you have to do is try building some things on Web3 and try doing it practically and understand it. This is the only way to properly understand what Web3 is, and this is what you have to do. Okay. So the main point of Web3 is that everyone in the network or a particular let's say an example. Okay, there is a company which is built on Web3, and the company doesn't have a centralized organization, okay, or a centralized governance. Okay, it is decentralized. The people whoever owns the tokens or some kind of things which is given by the company, whoever owns it has the power to vote in the company. How do I start in ethical hacking domain? To start on ethical hacking, you just know how, you just want to know how hacking works. Okay, ethical hacking is that something which is done legally. Okay, the question is like, don't ask how to get into ethical hacking. I believe that you are thinking of getting into cyber security, and I guess you are understanding like, uh, ethical hacking is different from cyber security. It is interrelated, but both are not same. Just you have to explore both the domains and conclude that like cyber security is something which is a vast domain, and ethical hacking is a part of it. Okay, so try exploring into both of the things and learn it. Okay, fine. So now let's go into the topic again. And when we are talking about Web 2, there is a problem with data, right? So the data is with the centralized company. Once you have given the data, it is impossible to take out the data. This is the main problem on Web 3. Okay, but on sorry, it is on Web 2. So in Web 3, you have control over what are the contents which are being shared, the data which you have been shared. Like you have control over the data which you are having, and you also have an power with the, like, it is a decentralized networks. Everyone in the network has some power. Okay, it is not under a single person or something. So everyone has the power. This is the main point of cyber security. Does it really mean that decentralized governance is actually a great thing of Web3? Actually, it just depends upon how the power is being split. Okay, some of the organizations have a lot of, let's say there's an organization called A, and they have 100 tokens. Okay, so what a token means is that if you own a token of company A, you just have one voting right of that company. But the problem is that some companies, what they do is, the real investors of the company will be having the major token value. Like say they will be holding up around 60 tokens with the company inside itself, and the other 40 tokens will be put into public. Okay, which actually means that the company has the majority voting rights, and whatever the decisions they take, that will be implemented 100% because they have the majority, right? So these are the some of the problems which are been happening in some of the companies. Okay, this is a problem on Web 3. What do you think is best thing? What do you think is the best big trend in Web 3? Big trend. So trend is like most of the people are getting to know about Web3, NFTs, blockchain through a lot of like people who are sharing through, like who work on those crypto markets and those things, and they don't understand what really it is, and they just get hyped through the information which they are getting in the public, and without understanding they fall into some kind of trap, and the big trend push is making some of the people put into the trap. Okay, so like this is what I think about it. So when there is decentralized thing and all based on peer to peer things, there are some risk involved in Web3 application. Is that the regulation is very hard. Okay, when then there is no centralized authority, the every users have their power to post any kind of content into the applications. Okay, so it is bit harder to regulate the things which are being posted into the particular application, and this has been rectified slowly, but there is a problem. Okay, just understand that. And there is also another thing is that the cost of development of this Web3 application and the cost of management is pretty much higher in the particular domain. Okay, this respectively makes what is that debugging and testing is also made bit harder, because like since the development and management cost is high, the respectively it is also higher. Okay, so these are some of the problems on Web3 domains. Okay, in when considering that when in decentralized system, is there any security, like if anything happens, who should we report or complain? Yeah, this is the major issue, is that the regulation of content or the problem or anything happening inside the platform is that it will be always a question mark, and the things are being figured out very slow manner. Okay, let's understand what Web3 is. So Web 2 got evolved from the year of 2005 to 2006, and it has already been 17 to 18 years, okay. And web3 was just evolved 2 to 3 years ago, and it has been continuously evolving, okay. All the answers for those questions will be slowly gained, but we have to wait, but we have to wait it, or else like we have to find the solution, okay. There is a major problem in the regulation of contents in the chain of like in the place of web3 domains. To come into particularly on cyber security thing, lot of people get into scams on web3. That is majorly because, not because of weak technologies, it is because people are getting hacked, not the technology, okay. I'll tell you an interesting incident which happened in a live stream. There was some guy who was like streaming the game in a live stream, okay, through his mobile phone. What happened is that the pop-up notification was turned on. What the hacker did was he just sent a reset email, reset password email to the particular channel, and the OTP of that particular thing got shown in the pop-up notification through the live stream. And what the attacker did was saw the OTP and took the particular stream down. Okay, so these are the things which are like manipulating the users. Like it is not that technology is weak; it is that you got hacked. Okay, this is the major problem in Web3 domain. Like since the market cost, like the thing of the spread of money is like it is bit higher, and many people are getting very interested on higher monies, like free monies, free tokens, free utilities. They're getting fond of it and going and falling the traps, okay. The major problems on web3 is that phishing attacks, okay. Phishing attack is like there will be a legit page and there will be a duplicate page which is made by a hacker, which will be identical to a original page. And many people who fall into this trap will be like will be getting manipulated through the contents which was created by hackers. And once you get into a phishing page and you will be starting giving out your information, like they'll be collecting your important information such as like passwords and some kind of some other important strings which is used for different wallets and something. So these are the things which are getting manipulated. And when coming to NFTs, non-fungible tokens, it is to be simple, it is like selling out digital arts with cryptocurrencies, right? And the values of each arts are very much higher in some certain projects. For an example, you can take Bored Ape project. The Bored Ape project has like average amount of 300k US dollars for an particular art. Like the amount of money involved is very higher, right? The amount of which respective means that the attacking rate and getting scammed is very much higher when there is a large amount of money is involved. And these are the places where people get into scams. Like they'll be owning an NFTs and keeping the wallet available on a browser. In the same browser, you'll be opening some kind of malicious link through a email or an SMS or something, and which will make the thing hacked. Okay, so this is what happens when the users get manipulated. And when basically many people get get to the trap of clickbaits, okay. They'll be saying that your money will be doubled or tripled sometimes, like, or else they'll be saying that your password got breached and you have to enter the old password to recover this one. Like they'll be manipulating the users and making attacks. And this is an issue, as well as there are some kind of malware attacks which is happening. Like there will be a phishing mail, there will be some kind of malicious resource which will be attached to that particular mail. The user with lack of awareness will be trying to download it, and which will actually make the application hacked. So this is what happens when user is having a lack of awareness. And this is all about the users getting hacked. But there are this is about users, okay. Now let's get into the technologies. The technologies also are not built in a safer manner, because like as we discussed before, the amount of money involved for security testing is not much higher, and it is now just getting evolved. Same sort of scam. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The scam happens in everywhere. I just explained it in a common way. Okay, it happens in smart contacts. It happens in NFTs. It happens everywhere. Okay, it happens in different ways. So coming to the technological ways, the applications are not built in a efficient manner as well. The application developers are not aware of basic security measures, and which will also lead into a lot of problems within an organization. Now let me talk about a real incident which happened just a few months ago. It is an booking application. Okay, it is a basic booking application where you can book tickets for some events. Okay, what happened is that the application uses cryptocurrencies for booking tickets. So let's say you have to pay zero point 0.1 Ethereum for buying a ticket to foreign show. Okay, so what you do is that you select the ticket, you select the particular show, and then go to the payment gateway, and then you pay through your wallet, right? This is what happens. But what happened in that particular application is that after making the payment through your wallet, there was a request going from your side is that the number of tickets which was like which was in a clear text and going in a request, the user could actually change the number of tickets bought. Okay, let's say you just bought only one ticket, and in the request which is sent from your side is with 10 tickets. Okay, the application did not properly verify how many tickets really did that user got, and the application just did not validate it, and it just added to the particular user's account. This is that I just only bought one ticket, but the thing is that in my particular account there will be 10 tickets because I tampered the particular parameter. But there is no critical thing happening here right now. Okay, you just got 10 tickets, right? There is no it will be happening on any events, and like there is no real money which I gained through this particular vulnerability. There another kind of vulnerability which was found is that you can refund the process. What is that? I got only one ticket, but I tampered the particular parameter, and I got 10 tickets. Now I can get refund for all those 10 tickets to my wallet again. So what I mean is that you just paid for one ticket, but you got 10 tickets, and again you got refunded for 10 tickets, which is that you got a profit of 9 times the value you have spent, right? So this is how attack happened sometimes ago. So these are the things which are generally happening on cybersecurity, and these are the things which happened on cybersecurity. There are a lot more attacks happened on cybersecurity, and which is like there are different things and happening, and there are a lot more. Okay, so to be safe on this particular domain, what you have to do is that you should not get manipulated with any kind of information which is shared on email or SMS or something. You just should stay conscious on the internet. Whatever comes, stay conscious. If they are giving something for free, don't go for it. Just see if it is legit or not. Only go for the things which are legit. Okay, if you stay in this way, it is very safe for everyone, and it will not you will not get into any kind of scams. Okay, and you can now clearly understand that there are a lot of security vulnerabilities available on web 3 as well, and there are a lot of opportunities available on web 2 as well. Okay, getting into cyber security is always worth it, because development and cyber security, which is two different things. Development is different from cyber security. Okay, a developer could there are a lot of developers available out there in the market, but not cyber security analyst. Okay, it is a special domain. Only the people with proper skill sets could work on this particular domain. So getting into this domain is actually very useful, and you can always get into this domain. Okay,